Hello, and welcome back to GearHeadGeeks and our final installment of our TS250 Suzuki revival. So we just got a few more items to put in, take a nice little test drive, and we will just go on ahead and finish this bad boy up. Well, let's give ourselves a quick recap of what we've gotten done in this video anyway. So what we did is we've wired in the tail light. It's all done. Here we cleaned up a wiring harness, got it all worked out. We got some new connectors coming here that'll fix some of these old rotted ones, but those are on their way. It's going to take a while to get. Brake lights are working. Got all that wired in. Our battery needs a harness, but we're okay with that. So we can go on ahead now, and I just turned on the key and we have brake lights. Not only here, but on the handlebar. So that's all done. Turn off the key. We have our tack and speedo all wired in beautifully. Everything's is nicely covered now. It's not just bare wires hanging out all over the place. We've got, we'll go around over here. Our engine is wired in. It's got a nice sheath over everything. It's got the stock connectors in it. The only thing that we have to do here is I need to get a harness for the headlight. But everything else is starting to wire in. Our coil is all wired in. Engine's all wired in. Neutral light. Let's see if we can see it here. Turn on the key. And we have a neutral light, which is nice. So everything is working. We are in good shape. We are ready to move on to our next steps, which will be, well, whatever we see fit. We've got a few parts coming in, so that's going to depend on what we get. But other than that, we've got it all going. And with them back on the engine, so we have this case, our countershaft sprocket case, magneto case, all looking quite good. And we'll go around to the other side of the bike, and we have our oil cover case and the clutch cover all cleaned up and nice, and a little bit of polishing in the end and it'll be done. But okay, so I've cleaned up the pipe and painted it. It's all looking really nice again. I wire brushed it off. This pipe is in dramatically good shape. Don't know why. Everything else is all nasty, but this guy is in really nice shape. And we'll put on the grill and it'll all be good. Alright, our pipe is all put on here nice and clean and beautiful again. Got the guard as cleaned up as it's going to get. Looking good. This is all kind of polished up. We got a few more pieces on here. We got some nuts and bolts to do, but we're basically done on this side. Need to go work on some other pieces, but pipe is done. So continuing on with our assembly of our TS250, I have gone on ahead and de-rusted all of this, and it is all cleaned up and nice. Everything has been straightened out. So let's just see if this bad boy is going to fit. It goes something like that. We got a couple of bolts here that need to go in. This ought to be somewhat interesting anyway. And the skid pan is on. Solid. Everything is nice place. Perfect. And we'll put some final touches on this fender. Get it all bolted into place. Okay, so here we are. We're getting ready for a maiden voyage of the completed TS250. Get some gloves on. Hope the camera's aimed pretty good. Okay, we flip it on to reserve. Been pretty warm in the shop, so it should just be fairly easy. Oop. Key on. Put some choke on it. And that was a 100% successful maiden voyage. Perfect. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that just about wraps up our TS250 revival. It has been a complete success. Everything is nice and clean. It runs beautifully. Starts easy, shifts beautifully. The clutch is fine. Everything is good on it. We've rewired it. We've gone through and repainted the frame, straightened up the foot pegs. They're all straight and nice. The brake lever's all nice and straight. Our skid pan's all nice and straight. We got our fenders are all straightened up and nice. Tank is freshly painted. The electrics have been gone through. Ignition switch is all working nicely. Everything is working extremely well on this thing. So again, that just about wraps it up. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and we'll see you next time here on Gearhead Geeks.